Hey y'all, welcome to Miss Clark's chemistry class. I wanted to go through another quick little tutorial about measuring. So I have a worksheet loaded up into my iPad and I want to just practice going over some measuring with y'all. So go and get something to write with and let's get started. Okay, so anytime part of your instructions say to measure using the correct number of sig figs, or measure using precision, or measure using accuracy and precision, that's code for measure with the appropriate number of decimal places. What is the appropriate number of decimal places? Well, you are always going to read the number, the line, and make an estimate. You're going to read as far as your measure lines let you read, and then estimate that last digit. That is how you measure with precision. Every piece of equipment can be read to a certain amount of precision. That just means a certain amount of decimal places. Okay, let's look at some of these. I just loaded in a worksheet and I thought, let's just practice some. I've got this triple beam balance. Triple beam balances, here's my hundreds place, here's my tens place. Now here's my ones, and it goes to a decimal. We are going to read number, line, estimate. So I've got 577, right? 577. I'm still reading my numbers. Let me write that down. 577. I'm going to read my lines, my number, line, make a guess. So I have done number, number, number. Now I'm to the lines. When I count over, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that little pointy thing is between 6 and 7. Well, to be honest, when it's between 6 and 7, I feel like y'all are pretty good at saying, oh, well, then that's 577.65. When it's in between a number mark, I feel like you're really good at making that estimate. Here was our numbers, line, estimate. We estimated that 5 because our little mark was between the 6 and the 7. This 5 we estimated. I feel like you were very willing to make that estimate when the little marker thing is in between the measure lines. I feel like when it is on a line, you're not so willing to make an estimate. Let's look at this next triple beam balance. So again, we've got our hundreds, tens, ones, and decimal. We're going to read number, line, make a guess. So we've got 498. Those are our numbers. 498 point. Now I'm going to read the lines. So my number was 498, lines. Now I'm all the way to the 8, but it looks like I'm just barely in front of that 9. So if I'm reading the numbers, if I'm reading the lines, there are 9 lines over. I went 9 lines over. Now I need to make my guess. And I'm going to go ahead and say that's like a 7 because I am so almost close to that line over there. Let me see if I can zoom in and show you real quick. There we go. See that? Right there before. I'm calling that 8.123456789.7. I'm so sorry, 0.97. Number, line, guess. Here we go. Number, 7. Line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess. Now, that little gray mark looks right on top of my 7, so my guess is going to be a 0. Number, line, make a guess. Let's do that again. Number, 1. Line, oh, that is right on the 1. So my line is 0. Make a guess. Well, I've got to do 0 again because it's right on the line. Number, line, make a guess. Let's look at this graduated cylinder that's over here. Here, let me move it. Let me move this over a little bit. Number, line, make a guess. Now remember, graduated cylinder, we are measuring at the bottom of the meniscus. Bottom of the meniscus. So I've got 30, that's my number, 30. My line, 1, 2. You know what? When I really zoom in, it looks like it's a little below. Yeah, see that right there? It's a little below. I'm going to call that, so if this is my 31 and this is 32, I think it's below. I think my line is going to be 1, and my guess would be 0.8. I'm calling that 31.8. Number, line, guess. Okay, so I scooted my worksheet up a little bit. Let's look at these thermometers. These thermometers are measuring in Celsius. We use the metric system. Number, line, make a guess. Number, 30. And then when I look at this, I notice that I've got 30 and 40, and there's not as many lines. So this must be 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. These lines are counting by twos. Now by twos is a little bit tricky. So let's see, 32, let me zoom in a little bit. 32, 34, 36, 38. I think that's right on the 38, y'all. So if my line is the 8, my guess would be 0.0 if it's right on the line. Now, like I said, 0.2 is tricky. You could have had a whole number or a decimal place. I would never ask you one that's counting by twos on a test or a quiz. Let's look at this graduated cylinder over here. Number, line, make a guess. So our number is 3, right? 3. Our line, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Ooh, that looks right on. So we're counting 2 up, 1, 2. So my line says 2. Now I'm going to make a guess. I think it's right on, so my guess is going to be a 0. Since we've got this other graduated cylinder zoomed in over here, let's go ahead and do it too. Number, line, make a guess. I'm above the 50, so I've at least got 50. So my number is 50. 50, you know, when you really, really zoom in, that bottom of the meniscus really is below that line. That 1, that 51. So I would call this, so my line would be, I'm saying I'm on the 50 mark, and then my guess, I could say like 0.8. Number, line, make a guess. Let's go ahead and do this one too. Oops, my worksheet got crooked. Number, line, make a guess. Number is 70. Line, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a guess. 0.6. Number, line, guess. It does matter how many decimal places you have. It does matter. That's the whole point, actually. Let's look at one of these pressure scales. Number, line, make a guess. So let's look at this a little bit different. We've got 60 and 80, so that means this must be 70. So again, we're counting by twos. Oh, but look, my little needle is right past the 70, and this little mark would be 72. That's not even halfway. I might could say 71.8. Again, by twos. I'm never going to ask you by twos on a test or a quiz because it's difficult to figure out the correct number of decimals. But it's still good to look at. Okay, guys, that's all I've got. I hope that helped. If you need some more help, make sure and ask. Measuring with precision, measuring with sig figs. It means, can you measure with the correct number of decimal places? Yes, it is important. It is that crucial. Until next time, bye y'all.